Are you aware that 70% of pastors constantly fight depression and burnout for the frustration experience as a result of ministry workload, discouragement, and pressure? We help leaders grow healthy churches. We are excellent at what we do, and we are fast becoming the best of the very best. Magnicraft Consulting is set up to help both small and large-sized churches become healthier by using proven diagnostics tools, effective retention strategies. We give the right and appropriate and professional advice. We are the certified church consultants with the Society of Church Consulting in the United States of America. Trust us to help you grow. Don't wait till it's too late. You will be glad you did. Call us now on 0802-324-2258. Email contact@magnicraftconsulting.com or magnicraftconsulting@gmail.com. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @Magnicraft Limited. Magnicraft Consulting, doing church God's way. Hello. Welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Welcome everyone to this live broadcast show on Facebook and YouTube channel. Thank you for hooking up with me. My name is Niyi Dunmade, founder, CEO, Magnicraft Consulting. CEO Magnicraft Consulting, and Magnicraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps churches grow healthier through empirical assessments, trainings, and strategy. But we also help churches to revitalize. Okay, and so I'm the lead consultant and founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. I'm also a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting. So I want to welcome everyone to this live broadcast show. I also want to a big thank you to everyone who is watching, who is commenting, who is sharing our content out to church leaders. I want to thank you because you know social media thrives on the artificial intelligence. So please keep sharing, keep commenting, keep liking, keep asking your questions. I'll be at the back end of all my social media handles, scrolling on the screen to interact with you. And so today we're going to talk on one big shocking balance your church needs today. One shocking balance your church needs to move forward effortlessly. Okay, church growth is something that is a concern of every pastor, but then we need to make sure that the balance between leadership and management is top notch. You want a church to move forward in this digital age, in this mobile age, in this new movement of how things are moving very fast. We need to make sure that we are making that balance. You see, the thing is, there's that tendency because the general overseer is a leader, the church tilts towards leadership. There's also that tendency that when the set man of the commission is into management, the entire body tends towards management. You see, but the thing is, we need to create that balance, and that's what happened in early church. Okay, in Acts chapter 6, they said they're not going to leave they're doing the right things and start doing things right. Okay, because doing things right brought about the murmuring of the widows in Acts chapter 6. So leadership are supposed to be doing things right and doing the right things, and while the managers are supposed to do things right. Okay, that balance is what is going to make your church healthy. Okay, and I made that illustration last week Monday, that a plane cannot just move from where it is off from the airport with just one wing. You need the combination of leadership and management. The same thing with the train. A train cannot move from one point to the other on the track without two tracks. Okay, just like same thing with two legs, you cannot move, but just you just have to make that balance to be able to make that movement. And so the balance is between doing the right things versus doing things right. That's leadership and management. And so I will want to just crave our indulgence that there's a way we make sure that churches create that balance, because church health is a function of balance. If there's no balanced diet, if there's no balanced living, if there's no balanced composure of what your church is entitled, set up to do, you cannot begin to get that church health. So from continuation from last week Monday's broadcast, if you have missed that part 1 or 4, please go back to the YouTube channel, go back to my Facebook channel. You're going to get some of those things. I want to not to miss that, because it's a build up, it's line upon line, precept upon precept, to make sure that we understand the shocking balance. We need to make sure that it's just balanced in our church. Please make sure you go there. There are quite a lot of videos that can also help you on our Facebook and our YouTube channel. So this is it. You see, most churches want to be high performing, okay? But you see, for your church to perform well, you need to be high in faithful men, in available men, in teachable men, and in trustworthy kind of men. And so what I'm trying to say is that there are some churches that are actually having some good performance, but they are low in fat. Fat is just the acronym for faithful, available, teachable, or trust people. And so one of the unbalanced states that your church can be is to have low fat and low performance. That's the circle in red. And then the worst of that, the circle in red, is you having a high performance but low fat. I know it can happen. But then I will want to say that instead of having the high performance and low fat, better have a medium performance with medium fat. And then work towards getting to a high performance. That's a green circle. A high performance and high faithful men, high committed and available people, teachable and trustworthy kind of people. You see, the thing is, if you don't have those things in their rightful place, making sure that people who are I'm going to go that shortly. People who are people-oriented and people who are task-oriented, because we need all of them in the organization. You don't just concentrate on just being people. There are some things about the task that will complement the good things that comes out from people. So that balance between the people-oriented kind of leadership and the task-oriented kind of leadership also creates a balance in that church. So, and don't be task-driven to the extreme that you neglect people, because people is also what powers the systems in the church. So we need faithful men, we need available men, we need teachable men, we need trustworthy kind of men to be able to create the high performance our church needs today. So the concept is so simple, and I'm going to move very fast. So we're saying that the balance between what? Doing the right things. That's leadership. And then doing things right. Leadership is the what, okay? Management is the how. Doing things right, okay? It's good to know where you are going to. Have vision, have mission, have objectives, goals. But then you need to be able to make sure that you know the how that you want to achieve those visions. The issue is that you can be a leader or a manager from anywhere in the church, any hierarchy of the church. You have leaders from on top, you have leaders in the middle, we have leaders on the ground floor. And you see, if your church just only has leaders on the top, there's going to be a problem. If your church only has leaders in the bottom, there's going to be a problem. If your church only has leaders in the middle manager or whatever, middle level leadership, is going to be a problem. You need leadership in every area that people are gathering, so that there's some form of direction, there's some form of doing the right things in that area. So the issue is that you can have leaders and managers from anywhere in the church. So don't sniffle out the managers or the leaders who are working in the whole organization, in the old church setup that you have in the church. The placement of human resource, tax, and people-oriented personalities is very, very key, because people are not constant. People change. People are not constant, and people evolve, people improve. And so if people are going to evolve and improve and they don't change, you have to make sure that they are rightfully placed in where they are supposed to be placed per time. That is a square peg in square holes and round peg in round holes. Okay, and the thing is that people also evolve some skills, because the potentials of everyone, whether leader or manager, keeps coming out of as they expose themselves into education, to experience, and some other learning platform. They get to know that I can do this, I have this potential, I need to develop this, they have developed this, and I'm going to involve to another person. Then I need to move on fast. This time is moving fast. The two, that's doing the right things versus doing things right. Doing the right things is like do you see what I'm saying? That's why most of the time leaders are always, their major tool is in terms of inspiring people, motivating people, leading people, is their communication. You need to be able to make people to see what you are saying. You need to be able to make people to catch the spirit of what you are saying. You need to make people to see and come, because you see, to make people to see what you are saying, it's a lot of skill, and leadership is what can do that. But then management is, do you hear what? Because you need to be able to see signs of what you are seeing. Okay, do you hear what I am saying? And see that balance. If there's no balance between those, seeing what you are saying and hearing what you are seeing, or hearing what you are saying, then there's going to be a kind of the organization is just going to be lost without no balance, no bearing, no direction. No bearing, no direction. Okay, it happened in Acts chapter 6. The Bible says in Acts chapter 6, the widows were complaining that they were not given daily ministrations. That daily ministration was really something that caused some tension, some murmuring and complaining in the early church. Despite that, they had massive growth from Acts chapter 1 to chapter 5. 3,000 souls were added, 5,000 souls were added, multitudes were added. But then they had some management issues. They had some administrative issues, organizational issues. And so the thing is that when you have administrative issues like that, it will not be wrong, it will not be right for you to counterbalance that by neglecting leadership to attend to management. Okay, just like if you know that you're top notch in management and there's some leadership issue, it will not be right for you to leave management and begin to attend to leadership. You need to make sure that you set up people, set up structure, set up a strategy to deal with that thing that is having a problem for you. And that's what happened in Acts chapter 6 verse 4. He said, as leaders, we are going to keep doing the right things, but then the doing the things right, the lack of doing the things right that is causing this problem. We need to make sure that we set up leaders, and that's how they brought the deacons. They set up a structure, they restructured the church to make sure that that thing was taken care of, and everybody were happy with that decision. And then there was another dimension of growth that did not happen from chapter 2 to chapter 5. Okay, number 9, doing the right things versus doing things right. There has to be that balance. If there's no balance, then there will be a decline in your church, there will be distress in your church, there will be a lot of denial in your church. And of course, if you don't have that balance intact, if you don't have that balance intact, I can tell you that your church is heading towards death. You can imagine if the 12 apostles are doing prayer, ministry of the word, they're still serving tables, they're doing everything. If they're going to get burnout, they're going to get stressed up, and that's how the early church will not be able to make the kind of impact they had in Samaria, Judea, and to the uttermost part of the earth. Efficient management without effective leadership is dangerous to a church. Efficient management, I repeat, without effective leadership is dangerous to any church. It's dangerous to your church health. Okay, and also effective leadership without efficient management is also dangerous to your church. It's very dangerous to your church. So that balance between doing things right and doing the right things is very important. I know, and of course, I made clear I explained to the early church scenario in Acts chapter 6 earlier. But I will say this quickly. No management success can compensate for failures in leadership. And no level 5 leadership in a church can compensate for ineffective management. I know I said that out of inspiration, but let me repeat that again. No management success can compensate for failures in leadership. No management success can compensate for failures in leadership. And even when you have the best of leadership in place, and without effective management in place, you cannot say because there's a level 5 leadership in the church and then there's no need for you to have effective efficient management in that church, because leadership is hard, and we ought to not to be caught in the management paradigm of being towards management and neglect leadership, or being towards leadership and neglect management. The last Saturday, day before yesterday, I had a training on to some leaders, and the thing is that I told them church health is a function of balance. Okay, the balance between quality and quantity. You cannot be seen to be okay, I want souls in quantity without thinking of their quality. So I said church health is a function of what? Balance, a function of balance. And once that balance is there, and the systems that we're talking about on the screen, all the systems we're talking about is all balanced, then you are going to have church health. And when you have church health, you're going to have explosive and expansive growth. Please reach out to us. Let us see how, because if you are so strong in leadership and weak in management, there's what to do. So some of these things I'm sharing are beyond just taking them and running with it. Consult a certified church consultant, and let's come diagnose for you and let you know what areas you need to work on, and then deal with the issues you need to deal with. Because sometimes most pastors usually like to deal with the symptoms. You see, dealing with the symptoms is not the same as dealing with the disease, or trying to kill the smoke is not the same as killing the fire. You see, one of the things I would say is that once you deal with the disease, the symptoms will go. You deal with the fire, the smoke is going to go with time. Okay, let's wrap it up in another 3 minutes. I didn't know that this time went that fast. Okay, no management success can compensate for failures in leadership, but leadership is hard because we often get caught in management paradigm. So you can imagine the first test for the early church, they had a problem. They were doing the right things. Leadership, they were doing the right things. The right things was what? Prayer and the ministry of the word. It brought about some explosive growth in Acts of the Apostles in the early church. But you see, if there is a problem and begin to neglect doing the right things, and you want to get the things right, then there will be that paradigm can get into trouble. So let's make sure that balance is there in your church. I will wrap it up here, and I will continue in this next week, Monday. But then, please reach out to us. Managers and leadership, management and leadership is something that if you're going to create that balance in your church, I can tell you that you can move at a very fast pace to get your church healthy. Okay, please feel free to give me your comments, because I know that I said quite a lot of things. You can replay this. You can share this to your pastor. If you have any church-related questions or inquiries, let me have them on any of my social media handles, instant messaging. Sure, you're going to get a response from me direct. Perhaps you have any question you may want us to talk about, give me a call, chat with me. I'll want to give you whatever help I can. And then if this video is helpful to you, give us a like, do a share to your community, drop us a comment. You've learned from me, let me learn from you. Drop us a comment, something that you feel that you can do to keep a balance between leadership and management, that you did, or you have read about, or you want to share, please put it. I would love to hear from you. I want to learn from you. So drop in the comment section and let us see what what you have to say. Please reach out to us. We do trainings for church leaders, church workers. We help church revitalize. We also help in church consulting. We help in strategic planning. Reach out to us and let's see how we can help your church. My direct contact is on the screen, and then we can help your church to do church God's way and the right way. And you have any question, please reach out to us. I'll be glad to take any questions you need any materials, you need any templates, you need just an objective advice from a church consultant. I'm not part of the politics in your church, so I'm going to just give you my own peace of mind. You take it, you don't take it. I'm not trying to force you to take some of these advices. Some people are taking some of advice and just tweak it a little bit, and then that's it. So if you have any question, reach out to us. Till I come your way next week, Monday, with a continuation of one shocking balance you need for your church to move from where it is. I say bye-bye and God bless you.
Church consultation? Wow, most definitely yes. Just as you should see your primary care physician once a year, you should have a church consultation once a year. Churches are organisms that change, age, they have health concerns, and in some cases, die. Church consultations help you stay strong and healthy. It helps you avoid the painful and unhealthy changes that occur over time. Church consultants know where to look, the question to ask, and will provide appropriate solutions for health issues. Magnicraft Consulting helps you lead from your strengths, assist you in identifying and improving your weaknesses, examine all ministry areas for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, including potential threats, provide you with honest feedback, diagnosis, analysis, and actionable solutions. If you want to know more, call us and we'll sit down with you and bring out our ministry stethoscope. Check out our services at our website, www.magnicraftconsulting.com. Get the right and appropriate diagnosis, prescriptions, and services from a certified church consultant. Contact us now on 0802-324-2258. Email contact@magnicraftconsulting.com, magnicraftconsulting@gmail.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @Magnicraft Limited. Magnicraft Consulting, doing church God's way.